All right, coming up next, it shall be done. A flyweight championship fight between Smolka and Jussier Formiga. Well, it's got to feel good for this man to make this walk. He has chewed up and spit out all comers on his run to contention. Now he is the undisputed #1 contender, looking to become the new UFC flyweight champion. A lot of people think he has the skills to do just that. Tonight, though, his opportunity to prove it in front of a sold-out crowd tonight, that he is the best 125-pound fighter on the planet. So here he is, the UFC's reigning, defending, undisputed UFC flyweight champion, making the walk for another defense here tonight. And if he wants to be mentioned with some of this division's greats of all time, and really with some of the greats of all time, this is one he's got to have here tonight. As the title defenses start to pile up, you can be mentioned in the conversation with guys like Demetrius Johnson. So here we go, another title defense here at 125. We'll see how it goes for the reigning champ. All right, let's get you the tail of the tape for this flyweight championship fight. Formiga is 6 years his senior. Smolka is 4 inches taller. He will have a 1-inch reach advantage. We send it inside the octagon. We find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. When the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean. This is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC flyweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 23 wins, 8 losses. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Natal, Brazil, presenting the challenger, Jussier Formiga. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 17 wins, 9 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Kapolei, Hawaii, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world.
All right, this is for the championship. You've been given your instruction in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves. Let's make it official.
Ready. Ready to fight.
All right, so here we go. The weight and the height gives way to the action right here on one side. Maybe the division's most well-rounded fighter, taking on arguably the biggest submission threat in this division.
Because he's such a great submission grappler, I believe that this is the most dangerous fight for him in the division.
Wow.
He needs to maintain his space, stay away from this guy at all costs, and force him to stand up with him. Big punch lands through the middle.
Oh, big shot lands there for Smolka. Single collar sign now.
He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
All right, so once again, the fighters engage in the clinch. We'll see now the transition. transition to the judo throw right into side control, where he will have no shortage of options. Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here.
He jumps on a headlock. We call this in wrestling just a headlock. And if you're not careful, you can get stuck in an arm triangle. Watch triangle, watch triangle.
And he's out. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
All right, side control now. All right, has the guard closed here. Nice hammer fist. Oh, his opponent squirming like a fish out of water now. The ground and pound is on point. This could very well be the beginning of the end.
This could be the beginning of the end. We've seen some really good ground and pound fighters. This young man is as good as any we've ever seen.
Under 2 minutes now to go in the opening round. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground.
The Kimura is not the arm. It's the shoulder pressure that usually makes you tap. Now he's okay. Now he can escape.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. All right, 20 seconds to go in the round. All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here. Well, you got to stay busy on the bottom. He's doing it here. Nice punch. All right, well, his kicking game was outstanding in that round. We'll see if his opponent can make the adjustments, but take us through the replays before we get there.
It's always weird to watch a young fighter start to come into his own. Early in his career, he did not have this ability. He did not have the ability to dictate and control fights with his legs. Now he does, and he looks like a future champion in the making. Look at him chopping the wood. Chopping the wood with those leg kicks.
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there.
Right hand punches the clinch.
Really timing his shots nicely. Good.
One takedown is easy to defend. When you start stringing them together is when guys struggle.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. All right, half guard position here. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of weapons at his disposal from this dominant position.
Oh, man. I feel for a wrestler, this is the most dominant position in all of fighting because wrestlers love control.
Right.
And to have your upper body free and your leg able to hold your opponent in position, it is like striking gold. Build your posture, throw your punches, big damage, but then always control the far side. Underhook, this is a great position for a top fighter.
Good work from the top here by an ever-improving Jussier Formiga. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. All right, working inside the now open guard of his opponent. Uh-oh.
Throwing up a triangle. The guy on his back is very good at submissions, and if he's not careful here, he's going to get stuck, and he will have to submit.
Back mount now.
He's going to start looking to try to attack a rear naked choke, and that's exactly what he's doing. He is doing a really good job of relaxing, not panicking because he's getting choked.
And this might just be a matter of time. Wow. All right, working inside the closed guard now. This is no safe place against this opponent. Keeping busy here off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom. Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Formiga.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here. The Kimura is not the arm. It's the shoulder pressure that usually makes him
And he's
down.
out. Right punches there.
Now, the guy's attacking the triangle. He finds himself in trouble because he got a little bit lazy.
Oh, and there's the horn at the end of the round. So the fighter was really caught in a submission there just as the horn sounded. Safe to say he was saved by the bell there. So back to the stools they go. 60 seconds to recover here. We're going to fight on, ladies and gentlemen. Another round coming up. All right, let's check out some of the action now from that previous round, and he really kept finding a home for those kicks.
Yeah, and why would you change it? If your opponent is not going to check, if he's going to stand there and he's not on his toes and he's stationary, you keep driving those kicks into his thighs, into his body, until he makes some sort of adjustment.
Ready to fight? Ready?
Here we go, third round of this championship fight. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? Trying to make the elbow there. It's an elbow. Shows him the left and then follows it up with a right. Nice 1-2 punch there by the Hawaiian Smolka. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's going to start trying to move to a submission here. It looks like he's trying to attack an arm triangle. Watch triangle, watch triangle.
Nicely done. Working out of the half guard here. Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Formiga's back in full mount. Bottom fighter trying to control posture, unable to do so.
And now he's in a lot of danger. He's got to grab that head or he's going to get blasted.
Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Well, you see all the grappling repetitions here. Just beautiful movement, seamless transitions on the ground.
Over and over, these guys are doing things that you see in every jiu-jitsu gym around the country.
All right, got to be careful playing around inside his guard.
Absolutely, John. That's why you don't sit in a full guard. When you sit in a full guard, it gives these guys too many opportunities to chase submissions, and now he's jumping on a triangle.
Looks like he's trying to isolate an arm here, DC.
Yeah, he's isolating it to try to get a Kimura here. The Kimura is not the arm. It's the shoulder pressure.
And he's out. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Man, this is some serious ground and pound. He's trying to put this dude's head, like, through the canvas.
He's one of the better ground and pound fighters we have in the entire UFC, and you're seeing why.
All right, so he's got him in the north-south position now, DC. If you're the top fighter in this situation, what are you trying to do offensively?
I'm trying to force some sort of action from my opponent. You want him to turn to his knees to either give you the guillotine choke or allow you to try to chase the back. It's a tough position to control in, but there are options for finishes, and now he's attacking the triangle.
Triangle looks pretty tight, DC. I'm no Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but maybe not good here.
No, it looks like it's getting in deep. Oh, man, that was slick.
And that'll do it. 15 minutes in the books. All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
Next round is underway here, and if you can't stay calm when a fighter is attempting a submission on you, you're going to get finished.
I mean, you're done. You're done, John. You're done. If you panic, you're going to present your neck, you're going to go an arm. You got to really stay patient.
Yeah, that's my fighter name, John No Panic.
Oh, my goodness. Did
Actually,
you just make that up?
It's actually the anaconda.
You should be a rapper. You really should rap and you can put stuff together.
I'll be right. Smolka gets caught with that punch. Just out of range with that right hand. Hip tosses him down. Now we'll see if he can advance position.
I mean, right into side control. Now he's chasing the triangle.
And this could be trouble here. Looks like it's pretty tight. He's trying to work his head out of harm's way.
It might be over. Watch triangle, watch triangle. Now he's okay. Now he can escape.
Oh, he's got the knee on the belly. Could be trouble defensively. Side control now. Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Smolka. All right, bottom fighter here. Maybe looking to hip escape, DC.
Oh, right to the mount.
Strong bottom work here, staying busy. All right, he's hanging out inside the closed guard of his opponent here, DC. You got to be careful. All right, feet on the hips here. Oh, nice job here staying busy off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom. Closed guard. Throws the right hand there. All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long.
Now he's going to try to attack Kimura here. Kimura is not the arm. It's the shoulder pressure that usually makes you tap.
All right, half guard position for him here, and I can hear Dominic Cruz in the back of my head just screaming about underhooks somewhere.
Yeah, he loved, I mean, but he's right? He's so right in terms of if you're on your back in the half guard, one thing you can't be is flat on your back. You need to be up on an elbow. Right. You need to be half on the side, and you need to control the far side underhook. It is a battle for underhook when you're fighting in the half guard position on the mat.
All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday he needed to be more effective in these situations. Certainly effective tonight.
Many people have gone away from this style of fighting. This man has embraced it, and you are seeing why he's one of the best that we've seen do it in a long time.
Well, we'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here. Buzzer sounds for the end of round 4, 20 minutes in the books. Stop. All right, a lot of high-level striking action in that last round. Daniel, take us through it, if you will.
Tit for tat. Who has the best chin? It seemed as though they were looking for that answer. Both guys took risk. What a fantastic round.
We have arrived at this 5th and final round. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. Effective punch there by an ever-improving Jussier Formiga.
Right hand punch to the clinch.
Quick entry to get it on a single.
That was a great single. Oh, my God, he switched the lob to a high crotch, rotated him, and took him for a ride. That was a big takedown.
All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire.
Oh, you got to watch him attacking submissions. He throws the legs up to try to get a triangle choke here.
All right, so he postures up. Nicely done. All right, operating inside the closed guard now. All right, right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Oh, reversal here, DC.
What a way to switch the position. Fantastic movement by the bottom fighter.
Man, isn't it fun to watch this dude work on the mat?
He's unbelievable how fluid he is in his motions on the mat.
Oh, he postured up there, gained some valuable separation.
And now the ground and pound starts.
Smolka going to work here from guard. Nice combination there. Everything he throws is with fight-ending intentions. Under 2 minutes now to go in the fight. Oh, wow, that happened quickly as the fighter reverses position there on the ground.
Unbelievable position change. Wow, what a transition.
Well, you got to be working off of your back. He's certainly doing so here. Nice punch. Well, there are few things more fun to watch.
He's going to attack the triangle choke here.
Well, they call Aljamain Sterling the human backpack, but Formiga is a guy you don't want anywhere near your back or underneath your chin.
There he is. He's moving to the finishing position. Now watch him go.
And he's out. Well, he's staying pretty effective here, fighting off of his back. Nice strike landed there by the bottom by Smolka. 30 seconds now to go in the round. Well, you know he's comfortable fighting off of his back. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Oh, nice job to reverse position on the ground.
It was bad, but now it's not so bad. What a fantastic sweep.
All right, so the title fight goes the distance. I don't want to steal Bruce Buffer's thunder because he doesn't like that, but new UFC champion of the world you're looking at.
Yeah, he's the new champ. No matter how you want to look at it, he did enough to take the belt off the champion. He used his striking, his footwork, his beautiful movement in order to confuse the champion over the course of 5 rounds. He did enough. It's time to strap the belt around his waist.
Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the contest, 49-46. For the winner by unanimous decision, and new undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, Jussier Formiga!
All right, so after the full 25 minutes, we have a new undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world. There is a new king of the flies at 125 pounds, and now it's going to be very exciting to see the contenders try to take this man out. But tonight,